I love Marvel Spider-Man 2, but I can't deny that it has some problems when we talk about the story. Some of the problems that I see might be my personal opinion, but what I want to talk about today is something that simply doesn't make sense, and it's really a plot hole in the story. Insomniac decided to end the game with Harry Osborn surviving after losing the black suit, and now he's back in that position where he's dying because of his disease. Norman Osborn is close to finding a cure, but it's not entirely ready, so he is desperate in saving his son, and he blames Spider-Man for taking the symbiote away from his son and putting him back on that state. And that is probably what's gonna cause the events of Marvel Spider-Man 3, cause as we can see in the post-credit scenes of the game, Norman Osborn seeks out Dr. Octopus to get revenge on Spider-Man. Now you might ask me, okay, but where is the plot hole? Well, why didn't Spider-Man give the Anti-Venom Symbiote for Harry at the end? The Anti-Venom Symbiote would cure Harry just like the other symbiote was doing, but this time Peter would be able to give the symbiote for Harry because it no longer has its own desires. It no longer has influence over its host. Because it no longer has influence over the host, that means that if Peter was able to give it to Harry, he wouldn't turn into Venom or into a monster that wants to take over the entire world. He would just be Harry with the symbiote that would cure him and would give him the powers, of course, so it would be just like in the beginning of the game, where Harry was kind of Agent Venom. Now he would be the Agent Anti-Venom. Everything would be fine, and we wouldn't have Norman trying to seek revenge on Spider-Man, we wouldn't have Norman going after Otto to seek revenge, and all the events of Marvel Spider-Man 3, all the problems that are going to be caused in Marvel Spider-Man 3 wouldn't happen, because they're only going to be caused because Norman wants to seek revenge, and he's probably the one who's gonna do everything in his power to free Dr. Octavius, to have a plan with him, so all of that could have been avoided just by that simple action of giving Anti-Venom Symbiote to Harry. If you're enjoying this video, I just want to remind you to leave the thumbs up because that will support my work, and also subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever I post another video. Thank you. Now, I didn't notice any explanation from the game on why Peter didn't share the Anti-Venom Symbiote with Harry. I know, again, that we have the moment where he tries to give the black suit back to Harry, but the black suit doesn't want to go back to him. It wants to stay with Peter. But again, since now it no longer has influence over the host, if Peter wants to do it, the symbiote wouldn't really stop him from doing so, because it no longer has will and desires to do whatever it wants. It just respects the host. That explanation wouldn't make sense with the Anti-Venom Symbiote. If you notice anything in the game, a conversation or any hints on why Peter didn't give the Anti-Venom Symbiote for Harry, if there is an explanation or a reason, please let me know in the comments because I couldn't really find anything in the game. Of course that on a gameplay standpoint it makes sense for Peter to keep the symbiote because then we can still use the symbiote powers. But regarding the story, it really looks like a plot hole. The only explanation I can think of is that maybe Peter can't really give the symbiote to anybody else because, as Kurt Connor said in one moment in the game, the symbiote bonds at a subcellular level with the host, and maybe Peter stayed too long with the black suit, or their bond was so strong to the point where it's now a part of Peter, and he can't really get rid of the suit because, again, it's pretty much bonded in his cells. You can't simply remove it as the other symbiotes. I don't know. It's the only thing I can think of, honestly. If you have any other idea on why he wouldn't share the symbiote with Harry, please let me know in the comment section. Let's create those discussions together. I'm gonna leave a card up here for other discussions that I did for Marvel Spider-Man 2. I love doing those, and I hope you can discuss with me in the comments. Don't forget to be respectful to others, and let's be greater together.